All right, guys, good morning. Good morning. It's a beautiful morning, everybody. Victory Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Glad to be with you. Happy birthday, GAR Capital. Started the business October 17th, officially 2014. 9 years old. What a ride it has been. Can't wait for the next 9 years. Keep it pushing. Here every day for y'all on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate everything from the likes, the comments, the questions, to your follows, to your watches on YouTube, to your notifications being turned on, and the views and everything like that. Again, guys, thank you again so much. Glad to be here with you this morning. Again, one more time, happy birthday, GAR Capital. 9 years old today. Let's go ahead and go around the horn. Dow futures down about 106 points. NASDAQ down about 128. Let's see here. S&P 500 down 25. And the Russell down about 0.55% this morning. Dollar index is up 106.41. The VIX is at 1870, 1817, up 5.58%. 10-year Treasury yields are up 4.822%. We did have earnings today. Bank of America, Lockheed Martin, and Goldman Sachs reported earnings. We put all that information on the market blog. Let's answer the questions quickly. Carlos asking, good morning, Carlos. Do you think October weakness is over and we're preparing for a year-end rally? We have to wait and see above the 200-day on the S&P 500. We talked about that. We just have to get through October. That's really it. And so far, so good. I mean, if we go ahead and bring up the S&P 500 futures, we are still above the 20-day. We're still above the 200-day. Just stay above 4250, and we should be okay, at least until the month of October. I think we are, but we're getting some weakness this morning. We had some headlines in regards to NVIDIA. NVIDIA shares down 3.3% pre-market as Biden to halt shipments of more advanced AI chips to China. We also had retail sales this morning, 0.7% versus the estimate of 0.3% on a month-over-month basis. September retail sales excluding auto 0.6% versus 0.2%. Retail sales excluding auto and gas up 0.6% versus the 0.1%, and retail sales control group 0.6% to 0.1%. Excellent across the board. There's still consumer demand. Bank of America reported earnings. Again, their CEO says, quote, our team of economists predict a soft landing with a trough in the middle of the next year. We see that in our customer data. Our 37 million checking customers, we see their spending slowing down. Goldman Sachs earnings top street, stock slides on real estate and lending write-downs. Lockheed Martin Aeronautics revenue misses estimates on the F-35. $5.47 misses the $5.54 EPS for Goldman Sachs. 11.8 billion beats the expectations of $11.13 billion. Choice Hotels International has also proposed to acquire all outstanding shares of Wyndham Hotels and Resorts at a price of $9 a share. Bank of America beats 90 cents versus 81 cents on the top line. 25.2 billion versus 25.1 billion on revenue. Notes consumer spending still ahead of last year but continuing to slow down. U.S. commerce firm Amazon said on Tuesday it would launch its online shopping service in South Africa in 2024, entering a market dominated by Naspers Take-A-Lot. I do have Amazon calls running. Let's go ahead and take a look this morning at where they are. We'll pivot and then we'll keep going around the horn here. Again, just playing the 100-day moving average. It's got to stay above 131 here. We are right above it now. Let's see if we hold, stay above the 20-day. So again, a little bit of a pullback in tech is what's happening. Amazon got as high as, I believe, 20% yesterday. So again, we know our lessons from Google 2 weeks ago. We're going to stay holding. We're going to stick with it. And we expect us to get to 135.12. That is the gap fill up there. Microsoft hit as high as 32%. I did not close. I still like it here. Pulling back a little bit, 329.60. Again, you just need to hold here at 330.49. So we're slightly below that. Above this trend line breakout, we'll see if we get continuation. I'm still holding those calls. Let's see. Congrats on the anniversary. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. Happy birthday, Gar. Thank you, Carlos. Appreciate that, as always, for your comments. Very kind words. Appreciate it always. S&P 500 again pulling back. So is the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, most of it is just NVIDIA right now. Crude oil down about 0.14%, 86.52 a barrel. $2.27 flat for gasoline futures. Gold futures slightly up, 19.35. Silver futures up about 0.13%. Copper down about 1.09%. Euro dollar 105.39, dollar yen 149.77, pound dollar 121.38. Bitcoin is down after that craziness what happened yesterday. Cointelegraph was saying that the Bitcoin spot ETF was approved. Bitcoin spiked to 30,000, and then it was actually something that was dismissed, that it wasn't true. And again, that came down. We're back at 28,335, 1572 for Ethereum this morning. That's where we are. Let's go ahead and get straight to the questions again. What do you think about 135 puts on Apple? Wow. 135, I assume you mean 175. If you mean 135, Lord knows how far that a strike is going to be. If you're talking 175, I was looking at that yesterday. We got a little bit of a pullback here. Glad we didn't send that. 177.10 is the support so far. Getting a pullback in tech. Tough one to really trade here because I was looking at shorting for that target at 175. I've been putting in the blog, but we did not send it. Let's see if we get to 175.15. 51, that's the 20-day moving average. So you're just playing the moving averages there. Let's see if we break 175.51, and then you can start taking a look at the 172.50s, possibly. Again, 1, 2, 3, rejection of the trend line, rejection of the 100-day. We're now below the 50-day. So Apple looking a little weaker this morning. Let's see if we get any other news or anything else that will change. As of right now, we're seeing equity markets do fall. And that's really because of the retail sales that came out. So the retail numbers are still strong, which in turn makes, I guess, the thought process is that the Fed still needs to tighten, still needs to raise, and that's where we're getting this kind of price action here. So 175 on Apple, that's your 20-day moving average. You're better off just waiting for that move to come down. Only for the simple fact that the support level and where we are now is very, very close to where the actual strike would be. So worst case, we'll see if 175 breaks today. I'm still going to hold Microsoft. I'm still going to be patient with Amazon. Let's see what we get on that. And you're welcome, Jay. Thank you for being part of the channel. So let's go and take a look at the NASDAQ this morning. So we did get some earnings. NASDAQ is right now right at the 50-day. Been kind of hovering around that a couple of days. Very similar to the trend line below for Apple. 1, 2, 3 rejection. And just staying above. The question remains, how long can October go while we're still below this trend line or still above the 200-day? And that's kind of the expectation so far, is that we just chug along. Again, kind of choppy yesterday. Even though the market was up mostly in the beginning of the morning, and then 2 p.m. we got another pop, but rather choppy. Not the best setups. I mean, Microsoft did push to 336.14. We're pulling back now. Let's be patient. Let's see what we get. Again, we've been here before with Alphabet, where I closed a little too early. So you just gotta wait. Again, that NVIDIA report in regards to banning the sale of chips to China is definitely going to hurt NVIDIA stock today. So let's go and take a look at NVIDIA and see if there's any opportunities. And NVIDIA right now is trading at 444.65. Did we break anything? Broke the 50. We're still above the 20-day. So difficult. We did fill this gap here, so at least that. But for the most part, not much to do here. Not much. I mean, we really need to see if we get some movement. And again, this week is important. We got retail sales out of the way, but earnings is going to be key. And so far, Bank of America's earnings, Goldman Sachs earnings, JPM's earnings, the banks so far have been doing pretty well. We saw the price action yesterday go up. So let's not put too much emphasis in some pre-market movers. The way I see it is that pre-market moves are opportunities for us to get out at profit, not to make new trades. Again, the question is, let's see what we get at the open. A lot of things change, as we know. Yesterday morning, things were tanking, and then we soared immediately. So it's just the way it is sometimes. So we just have to wait around. I wish I had more for you guys in terms of that, but it's really just price action. It's more Fed speakers. It's more earnings. We're going to keep an eye on yields. We're going to keep an eye on the dollar. Look for opportunities. Still kind of stuck in this, shaded range of support on the S&P 500. Didn't do anything in terms of futures. So we'll see what we get in terms of market action today. Again, you're just really just watching the price action for any kind of changes, because it seems to be back and forth. Again, other than the big pop yesterday, we're still stuck in the same level we were just last Tuesday. So week has passed, and we're basically where we were at the same time last week. That's just chop right now. So looking for some direction. I talked about this yesterday as well on the recap of premium signals, where I kind of leave a little bit notes in regards to what's happening. And I wrote, green day across the board on stocks. Market breadth was actually very strong. Again, this is advancers versus decliners. Wasn't just only tech, but small caps rallied. All sectors were great. The main indices didn't break anything, didn't worth trading. But what's interesting is that all the bad news and possible risk, the bears just they can't just kill this market right now. It's very interesting. Pick your excuse. High bond yields, treasury yields are up. Fed speakers are talking. Middle East conflict. We hear that President Biden's going to go to Israel. There's word that Marines are going to go to Israel on a carrier. I don't know if that's boots in the ground. And then we also have more earnings. So what's it going to take for us to flush? What's it going to take? Do we need 5% 10-year treasury yields? Do we need the Fed to say we're going to raise rates again? Do we need, a really big conflict in the Middle East where there's U.S. boots on the ground and there's alliances? Is that what's going to take for stocks to go down? Yet the one thing that pulled it down today was a stronger than expected retail sales from the United States, as this is kind of the weakest recession ever, at least for now. People are out spending. We know that consumer spending is about 80% of the economy. And if retail sales are up, seems like we're just humming along. And the expectation of the market is, people are still spending. That's bad because you can't have it too hot. Then it's more raising of rates. So back and forth, ping pong we go. The best we could do is just wait and watch, see what we get this morning. Let's be patient, and we'll see what we can get. Let's make it a great 9-year anniversary for GAR Capital. Thank you guys so much for being part of this journey. We will see you guys on the Discord. If you are interested in joining our live market blog, make sure to look at our description. Our website link is below. Make sure to like and comment these videos. Appreciate it as always. Subscribe to our channel so you don't miss anything. Thank you guys again from the bottom of my heart. And we will see you guys tomorrow for the next morning note. Have a great rest of your morning. Cheers.